Arizona, with its vast deserts, towering cacti, and rugged mountains, has a history as captivating as its landscape. This is the land where Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday faced off against the Clantons at the OK Corral. Today, Arizona's frontier spirit lives on, particularly in its strong tradition of gun rights. This legacy is reflected in the state's laws, which generally favor the right of law-abiding citizens to own and carry firearms. However, exercising these rights responsibly requires a clear understanding of Arizona's gun laws. Whether you're a longtime resident or a new arrival, it's crucial to know the rules regarding open carry, concealed carry, and the use of force. This essay will serve as your guide to navigating the complexities of Arizona's gun laws. Remember, this essay is for informational purposes only and not legal advice. Always consult with a qualified attorney for legal guidance. This guide will equip you with the knowledge to exercise your rights safely and within the bounds of the law. Let's begin by exploring Arizona's open carry laws. Arizona is a constitutional carry state. This means that in many situations generally, you can legally carry a firearm openly in public without a permit. However, this right is not absolute and comes with specific conditions. Understanding these conditions is essential to avoid legal trouble. First and foremost, you must be legally allowed to possess a firearm under Arizona and federal law. This means you cannot be a convicted felon, a domestic violence offender, or otherwise prohibited from owning a firearm. Additionally, the gun itself must not be classified as a prohibited weapon under Arizona law. Open carry does not grant you unlimited freedom to carry a firearm anywhere. There are places where open or concealed carry is restricted, even for permit holders. These typically include schools, government buildings, native land, and private businesses that prohibit firearms on their premises. It's important to remember that laws can change, and interpretations can vary. Always verify the current laws with official sources, and seek legal advice if you have any doubts. Open carry simply means carrying a firearm visibly, where it can be seen by others. In Arizona, this typically means carrying a handgun in a holster on your hip. However, simply having a firearm visible, even unintentionally, could be construed as open carry. While open carry is generally permitted, it's important to be aware of the places where it is restricted. Schools, for example, are generally considered gun-free zones. Government buildings, including courthouses and police stations, also typically prohibit firearms. Many businesses exercise their right to prohibit firearms on their property. These establishments often post signs at their entrances stating their policies. It's crucial to respect these signs and either leave your firearm secured in your vehicle or choose another establishment. Remember, open carry, while legal, can make some people uncomfortable. It's important to exercise your rights responsibly and be mindful of others. Now let's delve into concealed carry laws in Arizona. While Arizona allows open carry, many gun owners prefer to carry concealed. Concealed carry means carrying a firearm hidden from plain view, typically in a holster designed for this purpose. To legally carry a concealed firearm in Arizona, you generally don't need a concealed weapons permit, CWP. One of the main advantages of a CWP or CCW is that it allows you to carry your firearm in more places than open carry permits. For instance, with a CWP, you can typically carry in restaurants that serve alcohol, as long as you are not consuming alcohol yourself. Another significant advantage of an Arizona CWP is its reciprocity with many other states. This means that your Arizona permit may be recognized as valid in those states, allowing you to carry concealed while traveling. However, reciprocity agreements can change, so it's essential to check the laws of each state you plan to visit. In the next section, we'll explore the specific benefits of obtaining a CWP in Arizona. Section 5. The benefits of a concealed weapons permit or CWP. Obtaining a CWP in Arizona offers several advantages beyond the ability to carry concealed.
The process of acquiring a CWP involves a background check and mandatory training, which ensures that permit holders meet certain safety and legal knowledge standards.
Having a CWP often streamlines interactions with law enforcement. If you are pulled over for a traffic violation, for example, and you have a CWP, you must inform the officer that you are carrying a concealed weapon only when asked. This allows for a safer and more predictable encounter.
Furthermore, a CWP can give you peace of mind knowing that you have the legal means to protect yourself and your loved ones if you find yourself in a dangerous situation.
However, it's crucial to understand that carrying a firearm is a serious responsibility. Owning a firearm and having a CWP does not make you a law enforcement officer. It's essential to know when you are legally justified in using force, which we'll discuss in the next section. Section 6. When can you use force in self-defense? The use of force, especially deadly force, is a last resort. Arizona law allows the use of force, including deadly force, in self-defense or the defense of others when certain conditions are met. Understanding these conditions is crucial.
You can only use force if you reasonably believe you or another person is in imminent danger of serious harm or death. This belief must be based on the facts and circumstances at the time.
The level of force used must be proportional to the threat. You cannot use deadly force against someone who is simply being verbally abusive. The threat must warrant the level of force used. Section 7. The Castle Doctrine: Protecting Your Home and Loved Ones. The Castle Doctrine is a legal principle that recognizes your right to defend yourself, your family, and your home from intruders.
In Arizona, the Castle Doctrine strengthens your right to use force, including deadly force if you reasonably believe that an intruder has entered your home illegally and intends to harm you or others inside.
Under the Castle Doctrine, you are not required to retreat from your home before using force. This means that if someone breaks into your house and you reasonably believe they pose a threat, you are generally justified in using force to protect yourself and your family.
It's important to note that the Castle Doctrine typically applies to your primary residence. It may not extend to other locations, such as your workplace or vehicle, unless specific circumstances apply.
Remember, the Castle Doctrine is not a license to use force indiscriminately. You must still reasonably believe that you or others are in danger of serious harm or death to justify using force. Let's move on to discussing the defense of property.
Section 8. Defending your property, knowing the limits.
While you have the right to protect your home, the laws regarding the defense of property outside the home are more restrictive. In general, you cannot use deadly force to protect property, such as your car or belongings, unless you also reasonably believe that your life or the life of another person is in danger. For instance, if someone is stealing your car radio and you confront them, you cannot use deadly force simply to prevent the theft. However, if the thief threatens you with a weapon or tries to run you over with your own car, you may be justified in using deadly force to protect yourself. It's important to prioritize your safety and the safety of others over material possessions. If someone is stealing your property, it's generally best to contact law enforcement and let them handle the situation. Attempting to confront someone yourself could escalate the situation and put you in unnecessary danger. Always remember that protecting human life takes precedence over protecting property. Section 9. The importance of training and legal knowledge. Understanding Arizona's gun laws is just the first step in responsible gun ownership. Proper training in safe handling, storage, and use of firearms is equally important. Learn to load, unload, and store your weapons securely to prevent accidents. Numerous reputable firearms training courses are available throughout Arizona. These courses cover basic safety to advanced self-defense techniques. Professional training enhances your understanding and responsible handling of firearms. Familiarize yourself with the legal aspects of using a firearm in self-defense. Understand the legal ramifications and your rights in a self-defense shooting. Owning a firearm requires ongoing education and training. Section 10. Responsible gun ownership. Safety first. Responsible gun ownership extends beyond understanding the law and seeking training. It's about integrating safe gun handling practices into your daily life to prevent accidents and ensure the safety of yourself and those around you. This includes always treating a firearm as if it were loaded, even if you believe it to be unloaded. Never point a firearm at anything you do not intend to shoot, and keep your finger off the trigger until you are ready to fire. Secure storage is paramount to prevent unauthorized access to your firearms, especially by children. Invest in a quality gun safe or lockbox, and store your firearms unloaded and separate from ammunition. By adhering to these safety principles, you can significantly reduce the risk of accidents and ensure that your firearms are used only for their intended purpose. Section 11. Conclusion: stay informed, stay safe, stay legal. Navigating the complexities of Arizona's gun laws can be challenging. However, by understanding your rights and responsibilities, seeking proper training and prioritizing safety, you can confidently and responsibly exercise your Second Amendment rights. Remember, this guide provides a general overview and should not be considered legal advice. Always consult with a qualified attorney for legal guidance and stay informed about any changes in Arizona law. By taking the time to educate yourself and prioritize safety, you can enjoy the privileges and freedoms of gun ownership, while ensuring the well-being of yourself, your loved ones, and your community. Stay informed, stay safe, and stay legal. Relaxed, Fit Tactical, out.